Hello students, today we are going to discuss quant quiz on miscellaneous topics for SBI PO prelims examination. So the first part is based on data interpretation and the directions are: the following bar graph shows the total number of students in 5 sections of class 12th students from 2 schools, DAV and DPS. And the first question is, find the ratio of students from DAV in section C and D together to students from DPS in section B and E together. So students from DAV section C are 155 in number, and students from DAV from section D are 180 in number. So the total number of students from DAV in section C and D together will be 155 plus 180 upon total number of students in section B of DPS is 125 plus total number of students in DPS from section D are 140. So this will be 335 upon 265. That will be equal to 67 upon 53, and that is the required ratio. Question number 2. If male and female students of section B in DPS and DAV are in the ratio 3:2 and 4:3 respectively, then male students of section B are how much percent more than female students of section B considering both the schools? So the number of students from DPS section B is equal to 125, and the number of male students from DPS section B will be equal to 3 by 3 plus 2, because the ratio is 3:2 into 125. That will be equal to 3 by 5 into 125, and the number will be 75. Now the female students from DPS section B are that will be total number of students minus male students. So the total number of students is 125 and the number of male students is 75. So the number of female students will be equal to 50. Now the total number of students from DAV section B is 175. DAV section B is equal to 175, and total number of male students from DAV section B will be equal to DAV section B male 4 by 4 plus 3 into 175, that is the total number of students. So this will be equal to 4 by 7 into 175, that will be equal to 100. So the female students from DAV school section B will be equal to total number of students minus male students. So that will be equal to 75. So the total males in section B, when we consider both the schools, 75, that is the number of males in DPS, plus 100, that is the number of males in DAV school. That will be equal to 175. And total number of females will be equal to 50, that is in DPS, plus 75, that is the number of females in DAV school. So that will be equal to 125, and the required percentage will be equal to 175, that is the total number of males, minus 125, that is the total number of females, upon 125, that is the total number of females, into 100. So this will give us the required percentage as 40%. Question number 3. Find the difference between average number of students of DPS from section B, C and E together and average number of students of DAV from section A, B and D together. So average number of students from DPS section B, C and E together will be equal to 125, that is the number of students in section B, plus 110, that is the number of students in section C, plus 140, that is the number of students in section E, upon 3. So that will be equal to 125 average DPS, and the average number of students from DAV school section A, B and D together will be equal to 140, that is the number of students from section A, plus 175, that is the number of students from section B, plus 180, that is the number of students from section D, upon 3. That will be equal to 495 upon 3 equal to 165. So the required difference will be 165 minus 125, that will be equal to 40. Question number 4. Students from DAV are how much percent more or less than students from DPS in all the sections? So total number of students in DAV is equal to 140, the number of students in section A, plus 175, number of students in section B, plus 155, the number of students in section C, plus 180, the number of students in section D, plus 160 in section E. So this will give us the number as 810. Now the total number of students in DPS will be equal to 160, that is the number of students in section A, plus 125 in section B, plus 110 in section C, plus 155 from section D, plus 140 from section E. So this will give us the number as 690. So the required percentage will be 810 minus 690 upon 690 into 100. 690, that is the total number of students from DPS, into 100. So this will give us the required percentage as 17.9 by 23%. Question number 5. If in students from DPS in section A, B and C, A, B, C and D together, girl students appeared are 20% more than boy students, then find the ratio of girl students to boy students from DPS in section A, B, C and D together. So total number of students from DPS in section A, B, C and D together is equal to 160 plus 125 plus 110 plus 155, that will be equal to 550. Let the number of male students be M and the number of female students be F. Now according to question, the total number of students is 550. So number of male students plus female students will be equal to 550. So M plus F will be equal to 550. Also number of females is 20% more than number of males. So M plus what can we write in place of f? 120 upon 100 into m, because number of females is 20% more than number of males, is equal to 550. So this implies 220 m is equal to 550 into 100. This implies m is equal to 250. So the number of females will be equal to 550, that is the total number of students, minus male students, that is 250. So this will be equal to 300, and the required ratio will be equal to 300 upon 250, that is equal to 6/5. So the required ratio is 6:5. Now the next part is based on approximation. So the directions are: what approximate value will come in place of question mark in the given questions? You're not expected to calculate the exact value. Question number 6. 619.992 minus 134.99 divided by 14.998 minus 9.01 to the whole square is equal to question mark. So we can also write it as 620 minus 135 divided by 15 minus 9 square, and that will be approximately equal to 530. So the right answer is B. Question number 7. 449.97 divided by 15.02 plus 208.08 divided by 8.01 minus 16.01 is equal to question mark. So we can also write it as 450 divided by 15 plus 208 divided by 8 minus 16. So that will be equal to 30 plus 26 minus 16 is equal to 30 plus 10 is equal to 40. So E is the correct option. Question number 8. 4 the power question mark into under root 226 is equal to 247.998 divided by 8.001 plus 929.99. So we can also write it as 4 to the power question mark into under root 225 approximately equal to 248 divided by 8 plus 930. This implies 4 to the question mark into, what is the square root of 225? It's 15, approximately equal to 31 plus 930, that will be equal to 961. This implies 4 to the power question mark is approximately equal to 960 upon 15 is equal to 64, that is equal to 4 to the power 3. So equating the value of powers gives us the value of question mark as 3. So the right answer is D. Question number 9. Question mark percent of 140.06 into 7.99 minus 679.92 is equal to 330.01. So we can also write it as question mark into 140 into 8 minus 680 upon 100, because it is percentage, you have to find the percentage value of it. approximately equal to 330, or question mark into 1120 minus 680 approximately equal to 330 into 100, or question mark into 440 approximately equal to 330 3 zeros. This implies question mark is equal to 33000 upon 440, that will be equal to 75. So A is the correct option. Question number 10. 40% of 859 plus 87.89 divided by 7.99 is equal to question mark. So we can also write it as 40 into 860 upon 100 plus 88 divided by 8 is equal to question mark. This implies 344 plus 11 will be equal to 355. So E is the correct option. Now the next part is based on quadratic equations. So the directions are: in each of the following questions, two equations 1 and 2 are given. You have to solve both the equations and give the answer. A. If x is less than y. B. If x is greater than y. C. If x is equal to y. D. If x is greater than or equal to y. E. If x is less than y or no relationship can be established between x and y. Question number 11 is: x square minus 24x plus 144 is equal to 0 is the first equation. X square minus 24x plus 144 is equal to 0. So 144 can be divided into minus 12 and minus 12. So multiplying minus 12 and minus 12 will give 144, and adding minus 12 and minus 12 will give us minus 24. So if we change the sign, we will get the value of required roots, that will be 12 comma 12. So x is equal to 12. Now the next equation is y square minus 26y plus 169 is equal to 0. So 169 can be divided into minus 13 and minus 13. So on multiplying minus 13 and minus 13, we will get 169 plus 169, and on adding them both, we will get minus 26. So on changing the signs, we get the value of required roots, that is 13 and 13. So y will be equal to 13. So the value of y is greater than x. So x is less than y. Question number 12. The first equation is 2x square plus 3x minus 20 is equal to 0. So on multiplying 2 with 20, we will get 40. And on dividing it further, we will get minus 5 and 8. Because on multiplying minus 5 and 8, we get minus 40. And on adding them both, we get plus 3. So now we will divide both these values by 2, that is the coefficient of x square. So we will get the values as minus 5 by 2 comma 8 by 2, and on changing the signs, we will get the value of required roots, that will be 5 by 2 and minus 4. Now the next equation is 2y square plus 19y plus 44 is equal to 0. So on multiplying 2 with 44 we get the value as 88, and on dividing it further we get 11 and 8. On adding 11 and 8 we'll get plus 19, and on multiplying them both we'll get 88. Now we will divide it with by the coefficient of y square, that is 2. So we'll get the values as 11 by 2 and 8 by 2. And on changing the signs we will get the required roots as minus 11 by 2 and minus 4. Now representing the values on number line, we get x is equal to minus 4, that lies here, and 5 by 2, that lies here, and the values of y will lie, one will lie here, that is minus 4, and another will lie here, that is minus 11 by 2. So from this number line we can see that the value of y is less than or equal to x. So y is less than or equal to x. Question number 13, first equation. 6x square plus 77x plus 121 is equal to 0. So on multiplying 6 with 121 we get 726, and it can be further divided into 66 and 11. On multiplying 66 by 11 we'll get the value as 726, and on adding them both we'll get the value as 77. Now we'll divide these two numbers by the coefficient of x square, that is 6. So that will be equal to 66 by 6 comma 11 by 6, and on changing the signs we get the required roots, that are minus 11 and minus 11 by 6. Now the second equation is y square plus 9y minus 22 is equal to 0. So we can divide 22 into 11 and minus 2. On multiplying 11 and minus 2 we get minus 22, and on adding them both we'll get the value as plus 9. So on changing the signs we get the value of required roots, that is minus 11 and 2. Now representing the values of x and y on number line, we get the two values of x will lie here, minus 11, and minus 11 by 6 will lie somewhere here, and the value of y is equal to 1 will lie here, that is 2, and another will lie here, that is minus 11. So here we can clearly see that no relationship can be established between x and y. So the correct option will be E. Question number 14. The first equation is x square minus 6x is equal to 7. So this will be equal to x square minus 6x minus 7 is equal to 0, and 7 can be divided in minus 7 and 1, and on changing the signs we will get the value of required roots, that are 7 and minus 1. And the second equation is 2y square plus 13y plus 15 is equal to 0. On multiplying 15 with 2 will get the value as 30, and 30 can be further divided into 3 and 10. On multiplying 3 and 10 will get the value as 30, and on adding them both will get the value as 13. So now we will divide these two values by the coefficient of y square, that is 2. So the values will be 3 by 2 and 10 by 2, and on changing the signs we will get the required roots as minus 3 by 2 and minus 5. Now representing the values of x and y on number line, we get So one value of x, that is 7, lies here, and minus 1 lies here, and the values of y, that are minus 5 and minus 3/2, lie here and here. So we can clearly see that the values of x are greater than both the values of y. So this implies x is greater than y. Question number 15. The first equation is 10x square minus 7x plus 1 is equal to 0. On multiplying 10 with 1 we get 10. So it can be further divided into minus 5 and minus 2. So on dividing minus 5 and minus 2 by the coefficient of y square, that is 10, we get minus 5 by 10 and minus 2 by 10. And on changing the signs, we get the value of required roots, that will be 1 by 2 comma 1 by 5. And the next equation is 35y square minus 12y plus 1 is equal to 0. On multiplying 35 with 1 we get 35, and it can be further divided into minus 5 and minus 7. So on dividing minus 5 and minus 7 by the coefficient of y square, that is 35, we get minus 5 by 35 and minus 7 by 35. So this will give us the value of required roots as 1 by 7 and 1 by 5. And on representing the values of x and y on number line, we get the value of y, that is 1 by 5, lies here, and the one that is 1 by 2 lies here. Sorry, the value of x. And the value of y, that are 1 by 7 and 1 by 5, lie here and here. So we can clearly see from the number line that the value of x is greater than or equal to y.